Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Trojan Trench for tonight's contest between the Winamac Warriors and your Triton High School Trojans. On behalf of the Triton community and the entire staff and student body of Triton Junior Senior High School, we do like to welcome Winamac as our guest. This is the 5th meeting between these two schools, dating back to the first matchup in the 1964-65 regional championship. The head-to-head series is tied at 2 games apiece. At this time, if you please rise, gentlemen, kindly remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
It goes back so far. All right, welcome Triton Trojans fans. Andy O'Hare alongside Kenny Barnhart and the Hall of Famer Ryan Lemler. We're live here tonight at the Trojan Trench welcoming in the 3-2 Winamac Warriors. Series all times 2 games apiece. We'll have the starting lineups here and followed by the tip-off. First for Winamac.
Number 2, Sam Griffin. Number 3, Tyson Johnson. Number 5, Calvin Larkin. And number 23, Austin Brandt. Winamac's coaches, Alan.
Starting lineups for the Winamac Warriors. We're going to have number 0, Will Larkin. Number 2, Sam Griffith. Number 3, Tyson Johnson. Number 5, Calvin Larkin. And number 23, Austin Branch. Now for our Trojans.
Number 10, Tye Orsund. Number 12, Bules. Number 20, Ashton Oviedo. Number 30, Quentin Amsden. And number 23, Heckaman.
All right, starting for tonight for our Trojans, we're going to have Tye Orsund alongside Jared Bules, Ashton Oviedo, Quentin Amsden, and making his 2018-2019 season debut, Tyler Heckaman, the 6'4" junior, is going to be the man in the middle. So we'll get things underway. Triton coming in on a 3-game win streak, 4-2 on the season. Wins against Career Academy, Bethany Christian, Pioneer, and Oregon Davis. Tonight, Winamac's a team who defeated the Plymouth Pilgrims, a team that gave us fits there in the second game of the season. But this time it's different. We're in our house. And tonight the boys just have to stand tall, do a good job. Watch these guys. They really swarm on defense. We're going to have to do a good job, make the most of those offensive possessions. And they're going to have to make sure they're high quality and watch that turnover margin as Heckaman's going to jump against Griffith for the basketball. Ball's in the air. We're underway here at the Trojan Trench. Johnson with the Calvin Larkin with the basketball. Johnson him. Working around the perimeter, trying to find something open. Larkin with the basketball, top the key. He's going to work left, gets a screen from Brandt. He's going to go all the way down, goes into traffic. And that's going to be, send him to the free throw line. It's going to get hard. There's 2 Larkins out there.
23.
33. Tyler. That'll be the first foul. Be on Tyler Heckaman.
That didn't take him long.
Oh, they went. Tell you what, that Brandt kid's going. He's not his hands full. That's a big boy down there in the paint. First shot by Larkin's in. They strike blood first. Second shot rattles in. He's 100% from the line. Bules inbound. Full court press being played by the Warriors. Oviedo with the basketball. Going to have to be smart with the basketball here. Amsden on the far side. Back to Bules. He's going to go to work. Back to Oviedo. Ashton drops into Orsund. Tyson trying to work himself up. He gets some space. Orsund's going to drive. Tries to go down to Heckaman. But goes off the foot of Brandt. They'll hang on to it. Calvin. Amsden will inbound.
Just one.
Oviedo frees up himself in the corner. Johnson closely on him. Bules back to Amsden. Back to Orsund. Yeah, he was 2 for 2. Orsund back to Oviedo. Back to Bules on the near side. Back to Amsden. Amsden trying to find somebody who's going to put it on the floor. Drives. He's for Oviedo. He's going to try to drive. Back to Amsden. Back to Bules on the other side. Amsden now trying to work something around the perimeter. See if they can open up Heckaman down low. Orsund's going to try to drive. Loses dribble. And Griffith's going to come away with it. Griffith's going on the fast break. Behind the back pass to Larkin's off the mark. Larkin corrals in the corner. Heckaman on him. Back to Johnson. His 3 balls in.
They better get this stopped here before they start getting up here to a bigger lead, to in a big hole to get.
Turnover. Larkin gets the basketball. He's going to try to work. Yeah, they're going to have to get out and get out hurry.
Just here another 2 points. You know. It's like it must have called it off on his Triton's foot.
Yeah, it must have went off Orsund's foot there on he's trying to drive baseline. Yeah, if they're anything like the JV game, the guys are going to have to be getting out on early and try to just play relaxed. They can't tense up against this team. Orsund gets in there, tips it out. So Calvin Larkin's going to inbound. Drops over to Brandt. Back on up top to Griffith. Griffith finds Larkin here on the near side. Amsden closely guarded on him. Drops down to Brandt. Brandt and Heckaman is going to go one-on-one. Looks like he traveled there, no call.
Yep.
And he'll throw it away. Looks like he shuffled his feet just enough for me to go. I would have took that as a travel.
Well, Heckaman, got right into him and kept him from just going right straight to the basket.
And that kind of presence down there with him being in his frame and his strength is going to be a big asset to the Trojans down there in the paint.
Because that's when Groves was saying they sure missed him in Plymouth.
Yeah. Drops it down to Heckaman down the below block. He's going to go work against Brandt. He goes, beautiful move under the basket. Or he stepped on the line.
Yep.
Good move by Heckaman. Just maybe got the foot on the line there. We could replay to Travis's camera.
I actually had it on his camera.
You actually did? Okay. See, that's why the Hall of Famer, you know these shots and where to put everything.
Wait till he gets a shot of the cameraman. The picture taker.
The picture taker. There you go. Johnson gives it back. Larkin for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Tye Orsund. Triton's going to go to work here. Amsden with the basketball. He's going to come past the half-court line. They're going to go to work. Back to Orsund. Back to Bules on the far side. Bules puts on the floor. He's going to dribble drive. Nope, back to Heckaman. Heckaman, he's a guy who can hit that outside shot. Back to Amsden. Back to Oviedo on the outside. He's going to try to dribble back inside the 3-point line. Bules the up fake, works himself out of trouble. He's going to drive, had a look at the basket, pulled it back. Picks up his dribble, leaves it for Oviedo. Whoa.
He probably just as he caught it, I think he slid his foot and then he moved his other one.
I was going to say, it didn't look like there's much movement there.
But we've had the same thing down here and didn't get called, so.
Yep. Well, maybe they'll figure it out eventually. Oviedo takes it away. He's going to go on the fast break. He's got some numbers. He's going to try to go up the basket strong. Beautiful move by Oviedo. No good. Rebound. It's going to go out on Brandt. Tell you what, he's another one of those ones who can just curl there around the basket and just throw some insane layups in.
Yep, just know where that hoop's at, know how to maneuver around to get it up there.
Amsden inbound, finds Orsund, right wing. Goes against the screen. Goes down baseline. Goes up strong. Nope, no call. Rebound for Griffith, and he'll go up. Larkin will go up, and they're going to get a foul.
Amsden, gets his first.
Team's got two. Yep, sorry. I didn't got ahead of you. My bad. Larkin's 2 for 2 from the line. He continues that streak.
Look, I got a feeling Winamac must be could be a very good free throw shooter. Free throw shooting team.
I'm going to gather that. And this press, Triton's got to find an answer for this press and really just try to get the basketball moving. Bules back on over to Oviedo, up court to Heckaman. Heckaman's going to drive. Amsden alone on the other side. He's going to try a three. Puts it in!
See, that's what they need to get. Don't get too big of a hole and get some momentum going.
Right there lifting the lid. Didn't get things going, but Bules is going to get him as he leaned back.
That gets his first, team's third now.
Checking in, we're going to have number 21, Wilson Smith. Smith will check in. That's going to send Griffith to the bench. Bramble inbound. Brand trying to find someone circled up, leaves it up top. Larkin's going to get it. Larkin will come past the half-court line. Leaves it for Johnson, back to Larkin. Smith with the basketball, drops it down low to Brandt. Brandt goes up strong in the post and no good, but Amsden's going to foul him.
Now that's going to get him in trouble with 2 already here in this first quarter.
There's a good chance Beau Hepler is going to play tonight. He's going to check in. Now we'll be interested to see how he works with that shoulder here. Brandt's first shot's up. I think you're right on the free throw shooting. So Beau Hepler making his first appearance since Plymouth. They're injuring that shoulder. Amsden's going to come out. Now watch him shoot. He looked a little uncomfortable, but when he gets in rhythm in the game, it could mean he could probably wake him up. Brandt drops his second one. They are 6 for 6 from the line. 9 threes our score. Hepler now at the basketball past the half-court line. Hepler working back left. Tipped away by Larkin. Larkin now drills behind the back. He's going to go up against Hepler. Goes up strong, but he'll travel.
Yep, he did that little stutter step to try to throw him off, and he had the ball in his hand when he did it.
It's a good job by Beau Hepler to really kind of make him stutter there just a little bit, just enough to shuffle those feet to draw get the turnover. Hepler back to Oviedo on the right wing. Back to Heckaman. On over to Orsund. Hepler circles to him. Hepler picks his dribble up, drops it down to Orsund. Beautiful backdoor move. But Orsund's blocked, trying to go up there, blocked again. Bules for 3. Too strong. Rebound, Oviedo tries to save it, but it'll go out of bounds. Well, I'll tell you what, you couldn't thread a needle any prettier than Beau Hepler just did there.
He had that time just perfect and got the ball. And
it's a good spin on the basketball, too. That thing got there right where it needed to be. Good point guards get the pass to get their guys open. And Hepler certainly is one of those. Larkin drops to Brandt. Big man with the basketball, back to Larkin. Smith's going to put on the floor, dribble drive, goes against Orsund, loses him for a second. Brandt's going to go up. Larkin alone for 3 on the far side, got it. That was Will Larkin. 12-3, Triton trails. Hepler with the basketball. Back on top to Bules, on over to Orsund. Orsund back to Oviedo here on the near side. He's going to try to dribble, but he's going to say got a foul against Johnson.
Gets his first, team's first.
They're an aggressive team, and I'll tell you what, Lucas Richman's going to check in for Tyler Heckaman. He'll get it figured out. Just give Tyler some time. He's getting his first game of the season. He'll get it figured out. Richman, although, is another good post player that can do a lot of good things.
Sometimes you just
and looky there. Johnson just ran him over, but Oviedo for 3. Bules with the rebound. Back to Hepler. Hepler's going to try a deep 3. He's feeling it. On side iron off but Johnson comes away with it. Tipped by Orsund. A lot of Trojans falling. They're going to get Tye with the reach.
Gets his first. Gets team up to 5 already.
Got to keep that defensive awareness up. That's the JV had a little bit of trouble with that. Winamac's a team, these guys, you can lose them they're quick enough, you can lose them. Back to Larkin, head fake, loses Bules from off, tries it again, got it. That's now 3 3-pointers for this team here in the first quarter. Triton needs to start getting some points up on the board. Bules tipped away by Larkin.
Yep. Just must have hit his back shoulder just enough.
Larkin now here on the near side, back to Larkin on the other side. Back on top to Smith. Larkin here on the right side. Wayne drops it to Calvin, and they're going to get a moving screen. Looks like on Brandt giving his reaction, and it is.
Winamac foul, number 23, Brandt.
That gets his first and the team's second.
Head coach Alan Hugler in his 6th year at the school, 30 and 82. And, of course, Jason Groves with 235 wins in his time here at Triton. Oh, and that looked like a...
Yeah, he was trying to fight through that pick and just didn't get the ball quick enough.
Kaden Atkins now is going to check in.
Substitution for the Trojans, number 24, Kaden Atkins.
They're going to bring Tye out and let him have a breather. This is a very physical group, I'll tell you that right now. Yeah. They've had wins over Rochester, Plymouth, and Culver the other night. They'll play down at North Manchester tomorrow night, is where Winamac will be.
That's kind of a rare for anymore for the boys to have back-to-back nights.
Yeah, you don't see that very often unless you're Pioneer. And those guys will have quite a few of them.
Yeah, for all the makeups they got to do.
Larkin in and out, rebound. Oh, Hepler had a chance at it, but Atkins is going to save it, but they're going to say he stepped on the line. Just the right angle on that outside of his foot caught the line. Griffiths is going to check back in.
Substitution for the Warriors, number 2.
And Johnson's going to come out. Griffith will inbound. Lays it for Larkin. Drops down there. Takes the handoff. Good move by Brandt. Ooh. Blocked by Richman. Lucas Richman's like, he can keep trying that.
Yep, just retch enough that he could block it and not get the foul on the body.
He's got that length. Triton needs to get a couple baskets here. Get some momentum here going in that second quarter. Drops it back to Brandt. Brandt leaves it on over to Smith. He's going to drive, but they're going to say we're going to push against Triton. That's going to be on Richman. Oh, excuse me, Atkins. Read his fingers wrong.
Yep, gets his first foul. Triton's got could be a long second quarter if Triton gets another foul here and start going to the line for Winamac.
Very long. 16 fouls. Triton trails 15-3. Larkin down the right wing's going to work back to the middle. Back on over to the left side to Griffith. Back to Larkin. He's going to dribble top the key. Oviedo's good defense. Drops it to Smith. No look pass down to Brandt. Reverse lay-ins in. Hepler now is going to push up here inside a minute. Oviedo's going to try to dribble himself out of trouble. Finds us, got to get rid of somebody. Finds Atkins. Kaden Atkins with the basketball. Finds Hepler top the key. 35 seconds remaining here in the opening period. Triton trails by 14. Hepler with the basketball. Drops back to Richman. On over to Bules. Back to Hepler. Hepler setting it up. Looks like they might try to hold for the final shot. Try to get a basket going into the second quarter. Groves directing traffic. Caden circling around, trying to open something up. Finds Atkins. He'll try a three. Too strong. Rebound, Lucas Richman. Puts up the putback. Fadeaway's no good. Rebound, Larkin. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. 17-3 is our score.
Well, for Triton's pretty easy. Amsden with 3.
They're going to have to open things up here in that next half. That's what we saw that the JV kind of had a hard time just getting any penetration against this Warriors team. They're going to have to kind of start to open things up and really start to circle. I know they're going to wear them down. It's like Plymouth. They're going to wear you down.
You know, when you're only the player that only scored during the first quarter is on the bench because of fouls, somebody's got to, and they've done that. They've had people that'll, 2 and 3 scorers that's all right there, and nobody else has been able to. And I wonder if a little bit of the having Heckaman in there now, just got to get that readjusted with a different guy that can do some different things.
And it's kind of hard when you bring a guy in that hasn't played yet this season. I mean, they've had him during practice, but the other thing to remember, I mean, with him kind of coming in, it's just they're just gonna really have to start to adjust. Which he'll be back out there for the second quarter. But remember, another thing you can do with Tyler, he's a guy you can play inside and out. He can play out and around the perimeter, but he definitely owns the paint very well. Bules, Oviedo, Orsund, Heckaman, and Hepler on the floor for our Trojans. Griffith, Johnson, Brandt, Smith, and Calvin Larkin. Good, one Larkin went to the bench. We'll just keep it alive with both Larkins.
At least we don't have
M. Brown and E. Brown.
D. Brown.
There you go, B. Brown, D. Brown. Too many Browns. Hepler back to Orsund here on the left wing. Orsund back on top to Bules. Finds Oviedo. Heckaman trying to find position down the post. Brandt looked like he reached him over. Good move by Oviedo, trying to get himself freed up. And they're going to draw a foul. Looks like it was on Johnson. Hand check on Johnson.
Gets his second foul.
And Larkin's coming back in.
Winamac foul, number 3, Johnson. Checking in for the Warriors.
Team's got three team fouls. Triton's got 6. 17-3's our score. See the boys can get a basket here and get that momentum shifted. Finds Heckaman. Heckaman back on over to Hepler. Back to Orsund. Oviedo trying to get himself freed up. 15 points last contest for him. Orsund had 11. Heckaman back to Hepler. Gets a screen from Heckaman. Hepler's trying to drive on over to Oviedo. Almost lost it for a moment. Picks up his dribble. Oviedo with a good crossover, trying to go across, and Larkin's going to get him with the body.
That gets Larkin's his first foul.
Ashton's just shifty enough. He can throw you off and really pull the body. That's one thing he might be able to do to start drawing fouls and try to do what they can at the line. Heckaman trying to break off, and he'll push off. Yep, right in front. If he wouldn't have extended his arms, he'd have been okay. And Richman's going to check in for him.
Substitution for the Trojans, number 32, Richman.
It's all right. These guys are tough. I mean, they're big, and I'm telling you what, they're strong. We saw it during football season. They're some tough dudes. Griffith with the basketball. Back to Larkin. Larkin's going to try a dribble drive. Frees up. Larkin's alone for 3 on the left wing. Oviedo gets there late, but it's in. 2 3-pointers for him. Hepler leaves it for Bules. Back to Orsund. Orsund's going to try to drive. Goes up strong. Nice. Good move. But Triton can't lift that lid off the basket. Griffith tries to drive through. Back. Brandt with the basketball in the corner. Back on over to Griffith. On top to Larkin. Larkin's going to try to drive behind the back. Dribble moves. And Smith is in the corner for 3. Sidearm, no, too short. Larkin with the rebound. It's a battle for the ball, and Larkin gets on top. Griffith, quick hitter on to Brandt. Brandt leaves it for Larkin. He's going to try another 3. Short. Rebound, Richman. Back to Hepler. Hepler past the half-court line. On over to Orsund. Back to Bules. Bules works right. Back to Hepler. On over to Orsund. Orsund leaves it for Bules in the corner. This is going to try to drive right, left, works it back, finds Richman. Back on top, stolen away by Larkin. Larkin's going to have a one-way track to the basket, lands up, and it's no good. Rebound, Tye Orsund, foul on Larkin.
Make sure. Yep, so it is on Will Larkin. That gets his second.
And Jason Groves is going to call a timeout, see what he can do, trailing 17 here and nearing the midway point of the second quarter. What kind of things do you tell the guys as far as it just feels like Plymouth all over again?
Yeah, they just can't get anything to drop. And so when you can't get it to drop, then everything just snowballs from there, and you just get that feeling you just can't do anything.
When they're closing on the basketball as quick as they are, it makes it hard. For a shooter, you don't want to shoot it. Because they're closing on you. You're either going to block it or they're going to throw you off your shot. But if you're looking to look for wide open looks against these guys, you're not going to get very many. At least after watching the JV game, what we've seen here in the first about quarter and a half, big thing for them is they're going to have to kind of get it figured out. I know Heckaman down there with the 2 fouls. I know he's frustrated. First game back. I know been talking to him after the games. He's been anticipating this game.
And sometimes that's works against you.
Yeah. You work too, you overwork yourself. So checking in for the Warriors is Creasy. Creasy's out there with both Larkins. Well, I guess one Larkin. Smith, Brandt, and Griffith all out there for the Warriors. Oviedo as he goes up the pretty lay-in. Nice move. Lid's been lifted. Oviedo with 2. Bules, Orsund, Richman, and Hepler out there rounding off the 5 for our Trojans. Larkin with the basketball. Bules is kind of cornering him just a little bit. Brandt steps out, finds Griffith, and Griffith will travel. So right idea, the biggest thing is you kind of try to attack the paint a little bit on these guys, they kind of start to fall apart just a little bit. But they're going to play a little more dribble drive basketball is what you're going to kind of have to do to penetrate against these guys.
And for Winamac, they might start coasting just a little bit and start taking advantage of that.
Orsund with the up fake, blocked by Brandt. Griffith has the basketball, and he'll slow it down. In the corner. Larkin for 3 as it's in. Triton trails by 18. Leaves it for Hepler. Biggest thing for the guys is don't panic.
Yep, just keep chipping away what you can.
Try to find that soft spot and just attack it. Orsund
he
gets a screen.
Just can't get that open look.
And Richmond didn't follow him through. And Triton turns it over. Amsden will check back in. Trenton Kreft's going to check in.
Also checking in number 22, Trenton Kreft.
Like I said, biggest thing to do right now is don't panic. Just let them feel like they're going to coast just enough. And that might be the thing Triton needs to do is let them feel like they're going to coast and then start attacking them. Richmond comes in on that guard. Griffith going the quick order on over to Smith. Back to Griffith, down to Brandt. Brandt gives it to Larkin. Larkin fakes right, goes left, finds Smith. Back to Larkin. Griffith drops down to Brandt. Mid-range jumper for him. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Trenton Kreft. Elliott for Amsden. Amsden on over to Kreft. Back to Oviedo. Oviedo loses it for a moment. Finds Hepler. Good move there, but to recover it. Hepler tries to thread the needle, but can't. And Brandt takes it away, but he's got to fight for Richmond with a great defense on him. Griffith with the basketball on over to Larkin. Larkin drives to the baseline. No good. Rebound. Quentin Amsden. Amsden's got the numbers on the fast break. Creasy's closing on him, but Hepler goes up strong. Over anticipated the shot, and Hepler comes down hard. That's going to be on Griffith. They now have 16 fouls.
That gets his first foul.
Amsden now inbound. He's got to find an opening. Drops back to Hepler. Kreft now with the basketball. Hands off to Amsden. Quentin's going to work back to the middle. Back to Oviedo. Oviedo with the up fake. Steps back.
Oh,
good
nice
move.
Look.
It's too strong. Rebound Griffith.
That was a good look. Good fake.
Good move for him. Larkin just steps in. Transition. Three's up. It's in. How many points does he have?
Will Larkin has 6. and Calvin has 13.
That's what I thought.
Number 10, Tye Orsund.
So for Triton now, as they trail here 26-5 in the second quarter. Gonna see if they can stop the bleeding just enough, as 9 points has already been scored by Winamac in this quarter. 3 and a 2-ball for Triton, all they can really muster out.
Yeah, really, Quentin having that 3.
And then Oviedo with his lay-in.
Yeah, that's just about it.
But, I mean, this at least it's an early season test for Triton. I mean, the thing to kind of remember is, okay, we're going to play tough teams. We just need to learn and try to see what we can do to grind against them. I know that we played a team like Career Academy is a little bit closer to what – so the last 3 games, the team's a little bit closer to our size and everything as far as everything goes. A little bit our speed. But Winamac, these guys they're big. That Brand, he may be standing at 6'1", but that he's tough. He's a big dude. 2:55 remaining. Andy here alongside Kenny Barnhart and Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. We're live here at the Trojan Trench. Triton trailing. Hepler now at the basketball. Biggest thing to do here is just relax. Be smart with the basketball. Just execute what you got to do. Just don't take too long. Oviedo back to Amsden. Amsden's going to try to dribble drive. He picks his dribble up. Almost slipped just enough. Hepler back with the basketball. Leaves it for Oviedo. Ashton drops down to Richman. Richman thought about stepping up, but he's had the right idea.
And I think he would have been a little more open if he would have caught it and maybe could have got a 3 off. But
and Triton turns it over there. Griffith will inbound. He's out there with Larkin, Smith, Creasy, and Brandt. Hepler's out there with Amsden, Orsund, Richman, and Oviedo. Creasy with the basketball. Back to Larkin. He'll try a 3. Hits it. That's 4 3-pointers for him tonight. 29-5. Good move by Oviedo trying to get himself freed up. Amsden just gets it away from Creasy. Richmond leaves it for Hepler. Gets the screen. Hepler's on a spot for 3. In and out. Rebound. Lucas Richmond putbacks up. It's too strong. Richmond tries to come back with it. Loses it. Smith back up to Brandt. Brandt, no look pass over to Griffith. He'll drive baseline. Back on top. Creasy again. Got it. Five 3-pointers, 15 points from beyond the arc for him. It's 32-5. They're pushing up the lead. Orsund with the basketball. Back to Oviedo. Oviedo back to Amsden. Back to Orsund. Orsund the up fake. He's on a spot for 3. Try one. Back iron. Rebound Larkin. Larkin's going to go in transition, but Oviedo's going to foul him.
Check, make sure. Yep. That gets his first. Team's 8th.
And that'll send Larkin on the line for the 1-on-1 chance. He's 4 for 4 here tonight. Heckaman and Bules will both check in.
Number 33, Heckaman.
Looks like Tyson and Richman are checking out.
These guys are making you work for it. I mean, this is kind of one of those games you got to learn with what you got and just stay calm. Larkin's shot. I thought he was going to miss one. For 5, they have not missed a free throw yet.
I thought when they just that first couple free throws, these guys are going to make them.
Winamac may be a fairly good team. Their only 2 losses coming against Lakeland and LaVille. As Larkin goes 2 for 2 from the line there. Amsden now at the basketball. Back to Bules. Back to Oviedo. National drive. Just gets it over to Amsden. He'll try an open 3. Too strong. Griffith with the basketball. He crosses over back on the other side. Fast break. Smith now goes against Amsden and it draws the charge.
He put his forearm out just enough to push, and that's what it took.
That's one thing Q does really good. He gets out and he gets them feet playing. I tell you, quick feet, quick hands. That kid's got it. Amps out the basketball, working left, picks his dribble up, leaves it on over to Bules. Drops down to Heckaman. He's going to try, but loses the ball on the dribble. Larkin now back to the middle. Dribbles, picks up his dribble, forces a shot, and Bules will foul him. But Heckaman.
Oh, who did? No, they did. Oviedo.
Looks like it was more on Bules from this angle.
Gets Oviedo his second.
Heckaman almost got stepped on by Brand. That would have hurt. That dude's a load. Larkin's shot's up, it's in. 7 free throws all dropped. They lead by 30, 39.3 remaining. Second shot, rattles in. Amsden now at the basketball. They'll try to bleed some clock here. Heckaman steps out. Like I said, he's a guy who can hit some mid-range, and he can shoot just as well as some of these guards. 20 seconds remaining. Amsden leaves it back to Hepler. 12 seconds. 10 seconds on the clock.
Got to get it something.
Amsden finds Heckaman. Heckaman dribbles, hands off, 3 seconds. Got to put up the shot. And he'll travel it. They're going to try a desperation shot. Brandt's looking deep. Finds Smith. He'll try a half-court shot. No good. That's going to bring us to halftime. 36-5 is our score.
Well, let's start out with Winamac. Calvin Larkin's got 20 points. Will Larkin's has 3 points. Brandon has 4.
Oh, he's got 6.
Will Larkin has 6. Oh, Brandon has 6.
Okay.
Or 4. I had 4.
Okay.
We'll get the official.
Yeah,
Creasy's got 3. And Johnson's got 3. For Triton, Amsden with 3, Oviedo with 2. And fouls, Heckaman, Amsden, and Oviedo each have 2, and Bules having 1. For Winamac, Will Larkin having 2, Johnson having 2, and then Brandon Smith and Griffith all having 1.
So we'll hang on here. I told her that she stuck around. I'd let her put a headset on. I'll talk to her here real quick. So we'll have a post-game, or not post-game, halftime interview. Come on. Here, you're just going to talk to me. Come here. Come here. It's okay. All right, Triton Trojans fans, Andy O'Hara alongside my daughter, Danny O'Hara. So what do you think so far?
Good.
Think you're having a hard time? Yeah, just having a hard time getting those shots drop, aren't they?
Yeah.
So tell me, what's your favorite thing to watch out here when they're playing basketball?
When they're throwing them.
You want to try to broadcast the little boys?
Yeah.
Okay, you start talking. Tell us what they're doing.
Okay.
Okay, you start watching and tell us what they're doing with the basketball, okay? Start talking.
They're bouncing it.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
They're bouncing it. And they're shooting it.
Oh, he got it. Okay, now try it again. Just tell us. So they're dribbling the basketball.
They're bouncing it,
Okay. Oh,
and you're rolling it.
okay. What are you doing over here? Oh, he throws it away. Oh, did he save it? Oh, did they save it? Nope. Here we go. Watch her on the fast break. They're on the fast break. Here he goes. He dribbles it. What's he going to do with it?
What?
Oh, shot and missed. So what's your favorite thing about basketball? Do you have a favorite basketball team? Who's your favorite basketball team?
Football.
You like football? Who's your favorite team, obviously?
Billy Smith.
Well, I know Billy Smith's your favorite player. Who's your favorite football team? Really?
No.
There's only one team to root for in our house.
I know. I just don't know.
What color are they?
Blue.
The Broncos? They're not your team anymore?
They
Okay.
are too.
Okay. Do you want to hang it up and call it good? Okay. You want to say hi to anybody out there that's listening? 'Cause I know
No,
if you
I'm good.
want to tell Aunt Lindsay hi, I think she's listening.
Where?
She's listening over the internet, like you guys listen.
What?
You gotta tell her hi.
Hi.
She can't hear. She can't talk back to you, but she can hear you.
Oh.
Okay. So we'll hang it up there. So 4-year-old Danny, we're going to take a quick break here at halftime. We'll be right back after halftime as the second half resumes. This is Andy O'Hara with the Triton Trojan Sports Network. All right, welcome back, Triton Trojans fans. Andy O'Hara alongside Kenny Barnhart and the Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojans Sports Network. Triton Trails here by 31 we were getting ready to come out of halftime. We were just talking here as far as everything. Winamac came prepared tonight, and they have pretty much had an answer for about every offensive play we've had. So Triton now offensively is going to have to get things kind of figured out, what they're going to do to kind of corral things and bring it back in. So Bules, Amsden, Oviedo, Heckaman, and Orsund out there for Triton. Smith, Johnson, Larkin, Griffith, and Brandt out there for Winamac. We'll get the second half here underway. See if Triton can give an answer here. Inbounds, hands off to Johnson. He'll set it up for him. He'll cross the half. He'll cross the half-court line. Back to Brandt, top the key. Back to Johnson, on over to Griffith. Griffith here on the near side. Bules on him. Drops it to Brandt. Brandt's going to try to drive himself through. Picks himself up. Back to Smith. They're going to work around the perimeter. They're trying. The biggest thing is got to contain Griffith. You got to contain that Larkin. Smith back to Larkin. He's going to drive baseline. Jumper for him. No good. He's 0 for 2 from inside the arc. And Triton will foul him there. He'll go to the line for 2. That's going to be on Oviedo.
Yep, that's getting his third. So
shots. What do you think? You hit the nail on the head with them. They haven't missed a free throw at all tonight. 10 for 10 from the free throw line for Winamac. Make that 11 for 11.
Just the way I let his release, I thought, I might miss, but rolled around and in.
Like I said, 11 for, so now 12 for 12 from the line. Heckaman on over to Amsden. Back to Orsund. Orsund the up fake, hangs on to it. Back to Heckaman. He'll try a 3. Lets it fly. Larkin comes away with it. Larkin on over to Griffith. Back to Larkin. Larkin double team. Bules circles away from him. Cross court over to Johnson. Drops to Brandt. Brandt, the big man's going to try a 3. Back iron. Rebound, Bules. Bules tries to dribble himself out of trouble. Comes up past the half court, and he's going to go to set. He's going to go to work. Back to Orsund. Tye Orsund's going to try to drive the basket. He's going to try to carry himself. They're going to get a foul on Smith, looks like.
Winamac foul, number 21, Smith.
That gets his second foul, team's first for this half.
And Orsund will go to the line for 2. Orsund, remember, he was very good here from the free throw line. And they took on Career Academy. He'll try it here. First shot's up. It's in. Tye Orsund really likes this court. First free throw drops for him.
His mount must have came loose. I don't know why, but
Second shot for Orsund's in. 2 points for that young man. 38-7's our score. Smith with the basketball. Watch the cords. Larkin's going to drive. So foul's on the floor. It's going to be on Amsden.
Triton foul, number 30, Amsden.
He gets his third. We could run into problems we get to fourth quarter.
Run out of players. Brandt back on over to Griffith. Griffith leaves on over to Larkin. Larkin's going to try to drive, backs himself out. They're going to say Amsden fouled him there. That's 4 fouls now on Quentin Amsden.
Double check. Yep, that is his fourth.
Triton foul, number 30, Amsden. Substitution for the
So Beau Hepler checking for him. He's going to take a seat.
he keeps looking at me, but I don't know. I can't really tell him what to do from up here.
That's where we need to get walkie-talkie for Travis down there. Johnson inbound, Brandt. Back to Larkin. Larkin dribbles behind the back, hangs on to it. Back to Griffith. Larkin with the basketball. He'll spin himself out of trouble, picks his dribble up, leaves it for Johnson. In the corner to Larkin. Larkin dribbles out of trouble. Back to Griffith, on over to Larkin. Brandt trying to pull Heckaman away from the basket, and he'll travel with it. Triton will take over.
We didn't cover troubleshooting in the manual.
I'll see if we can get remote tech support to step down there.
Bules back to Orsund, on over to Oviedo. Ashton's going to drive, stops. Back to Orsund, up fake. Hangs on to it. Heckaman with the basketball. Back to Oviedo. Ashton's going to drive. He'll go up strong with it, the left hand. He'll draw the foul on the way to the basket. He'll go to the line for 2. That's going to be on Brandt.
Brandt hits his second.
So Oviedo now to the line for 2. First shot is up. It's in. Triton 3 for 3 on the night. Second shot's up, rattles out. Larkin comes with it, speeds up, slows down. Larkin gets the screen from Brandt, trying to lose Bules the best he can. Back to the other Larkin. He'll stop. Yep. And Griffith will take off before he puts on the floor. Bules inbounds to Hepler. Quick hitter on over to Oviedo. Back to Bules. Back to Orsund. Orsund finds Heckaman. They'll work around the perimeter here, try to see if they can work something in there. Bules will try to drive. Taken away by Brandt. Bules hangs on to it. He covers up. We're going to get a foul. That's me on Brandt.
Winamac foul number 23, Brandt.
Smith will check in for Griffith. He'll come out. Checking in for Winamac quickly here for Brandt is going to be Patrick Kiefer.
Also checking in for the Warriors, number 20, Patrick Kiefer.
Bules inbounds to Heckaman.
He doesn't know how to work the quick release.
Yep,
Heckaman trying to work in the post. Loses his guy. Good floater for him. He's going to draw the foul. That's beyond Kiefer.
Winamac foul number 20.
That's his first. Team's fourth.
14 fouls for Winamac. Heckaman to the line for 2. Tyler shots up short off the front. Second shot by Heckaman's up. Back iron, no good. Rebound goes to Winamac. Larkin pushes up quickly to the other Larkin. Back on over to Johnson. Johnson with it. Drops down to Smith. Smith to Larkin. Calvin Larkin with the basketball. Loses it for a moment. Orsund tries to step in. Tye Orsund almost saved it. Good hustle there. Winamac will hang on to it. Griffith is going to check in, and Kiefer's going to come out. And Lucas Richman's going to come in, and Tyler Heckaman's going to come out. So both Calvin and Will Larkin out there for Winamac with Johnson, Griffith, and Smith. Richman, Hepler, Bules, Orsund, and Oviedo out there for our Trojans. Johnson now works right. Back on over to Griffith. Griffith's going to get the screen. He'll stop. Picks his dribble up. Hepler closely guarding him. Larkin with the basketball. Works himself right, but Orsund looked like he was leaning away from him.
That's his second.
I don't know
Team's
about
fourth.
that one.
Yeah, that.
I don't know about that one. I think he dropped his shoulder to me. Larkin with the basketball up top. 4:02 remaining here in the third quarter. Larkin back on over to Will Larkin. Johnson over to Griffith. Leaves it up top for Johnson. Will Larkin on the right side. Finds Griffith. Griffith will work. Back to Johnson. Johnson tries to drop it down to Smith. He'll lose 2 defenders and puts it in. Hepler with the basketball. Leaves it for Bules. Back on it to Orsund. Orsund leaves it for Oviedo. Back to Richman. Hands off to Hepler. Hepler had a good move by Beau Hepler.
Gets his first 2 points of the game.
Good move driving the basket. It's one thing. You can get a little bit of pennant to get a window, just attack the basket. Worst thing you're going to do is draw them with you. Johnson tries to go baseline. He'll step on the line. Triton gets the ball back. So Beau Hepler with basketball past the half-court line. Leaves it for Orsund. Orsund the up fake. Keeps it. Back to Oviedo. Oviedo's going to try to use the crossover to free himself up. Down to Richman. Richman throws it away.
Okay. Winamac's player was the only one close to where the ball went, and they said it was off of somebody.
Looks like it touched Larkin on the way out, but Hepler was on the other side of that. I know Beau's quick, but he's not that. But no, I don't think anybody's that quick. Larkin drops on down to Griffith. Hangs on, picks up his dribble, hands it off to Larkin. 2:20 remaining here in the third quarter. Drive by Larkin, floaters up. Richman draws the foul.
That's Richmond's first foul.
Triton foul number 32, Richman.
Shot by Larkin's up, it's in. Nine for 9 from the line for him. Will he square it off for 10? And does. Hepler now with the basketball. 42-10's our score. Leaves it for Orsund. Bules rounds himself out. Back to Hepler. Oviedo with the basketball. Good up fake, mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound, Tye Orsund. Hepler's going to try a three. Sidearm, no good. Rebound, Larkin. Trying to free it up. Oviedo comes away with it. Oviedo's going to try a pretty move at the basket. Oh, good move by Oviedo and draws the foul. And one for Ashton Oviedo.
That's Will Larkin's third foul. Now that little spark, and that just seemed like all of a sudden we had a little different team. We're a little more aggressive.
After Beau drove to the basket, looks like this team's just kind of started to transform a little bit. Oviedo rattles out. Larkin with the basketball. Larkin drives.
Yep.
Richman got him at the body.
Yep.
Right down number 32, Richman.
That's his second. Team sixth.
Griffith now back to Johnson. Johnson trying to drive. Finds Larkin. Will Larkin for that three. No good back iron. Rebound. It's going to go out on Richman.
Oh.
Okay, I was going to say, because they pointed there, I was the only one in the vicinity.
Yep, it was come off of his foot, but.
Creasy's going to check in. And Griffith will check out. Greasy checking in for the Warriors. 42-12 is our score. Minute 15 remaining here in the third period. Hepler drops down to Orsund. He's going to try to free himself up. Greasy's going to get the foul.
Winamac foul number 13.
That's his first, team sixth. So now the next foul, both teams on either side, 1-1. Lobbed it in.
Greasy loses it. But Orsund takes it away. Orsund on the fast break. He's going to try to go up. Orsund with all the momentum, blocked by Johnson. And they're going to say it was a foul.
Yep.
Winamac foul number 3, Johnson.
Johnson, that's his third.
South sent Orsund line. And a timeout by Winamac. And they're going to take a 30-second timeout. So they're starting to come alive a little bit here. 7 points in the quarter.
Just a little more spark right here at this last half of this quarter. A little more aggressive, going more for those balls, getting those loose balls. Just can't get them to get in.
I guess the biggest thing for the guys to really just kind of pull away from this is just, you're going to have tough games like this. We got players coming back that haven't been out there with us. After the timeout, Orsund will go to the line for 2. Rattles out. Orsund ready for his second attempt. Rattles in. 3 for 4 for him for the line.
It gets him 3 points.
42-13 is our score. Johnson with it. Back to Larkin. Larkin backs out of trouble. Leaves it for Creasy. Creasy back to Larkin. 38 seconds. Back to Smith. Thought about the deep 2. Pulls it back. Larkin will back out. Try to drain some clock here. 25 seconds. Bules is going to go to pressure him now. Back to Johnson. Johnson with 15 seconds. Oviedo stuck to him.
Go watch. You don't need to foul him.
Richman trying to force him. Larkin now 3 seconds. Mid-range jumper is up, and it's no good. Rebound Orsund. And that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. 42-13 is our score.
Well, for Triton, right now Oviedo having 5. Orsund 3. Amsden 3. Beau with 2.
So 42-13, there's a lot of lessons in these.
I don't even know what he's looking at. He's not looking at us.
Nope.
Did you put him on camera? See what we're talking about?
Oh.
He's in his birthday suit.
And now we got it on camera. Tell you what, that is a nice suit. I like Trent's suit.
We was down at Crossroad Classics about 3 years ago, and we was in a department store, and they had one of those sitting up there, and we walked by it, and we go, that's Trent.
I like it.
And last year he wore it. I think he did wear it here for the game. I don't think he wore the pants. And he did wear it to church that one time. Actually, he wore it on church It was Christmas Day, Christmas service, and yet he sat back there in his suit, and he ran the video.
Very good. I like it. I like it. Hepler out there with Bules, Oviedo, Richman, and Orsund. Griffith, Smith, Johnson, and both Larkins out there for the Warriors. Orsund with the up fake, going to try to drive the basket. Can't get any penetration, but finds Richman. Banks open. He's on the board.
That's a good start for this fourth quarter.
Interesting move. They're bringing Larkin threes up 10. Will Larkin, 3 3-pointers for him. Interesting thing, bringing Richman out to guard the point and dropping Hepler down. Trying to get some size and some length, see if they can throw him off a little bit. Richman goes over to Hepler. Hepler tries to go through and he'll get the foul. Calls the shot off. He's on Larkin, looks like, if he's...
Make sure. No.
Winamac foul, number 5, Larkin.
Yep, Larkin. I was looking at the other Larkin.
So Calvin Larkin with the foul there. Grant will check in with his 3 fouls. Tyson Yates to check in here possibly. Hepler's first shot is up, front iron, no good. Hepler gets his own rebound, put backs up, it's in. Triton going on a little bit of a run here.
Need a big run though.
This is going to have a good learning moment for these guys as far as early season tests. Larkin hangs on to it, go back to the right wing. Drops down to Brandt, he's in the baseline. Richmond, good defense on him, he'll knock it away. They're going to call a foul on Richmond. Got him on the wrist.
Say you must have got it back on the back side. Yep. That's his third. Gives Triton 7.
So Tyson Yates will check in. He led in the JV game with 8 points. They fell on that one down. Now they're down 5-2 on the season. Brent's shot is up. Sidearm, they finally missed one. Triton gets it. Yates gets it. Back on over to Orsund. Back to Oviedo. These are for Bules. Back to Yates. Yates back to Orsund. Back to Bules. Working around the perimeter, trying to find something, trying to get ready to free something open.
There we go.
Drops it to Bules. Had a moment, but Yates is on the three, blocked by Larkin. And the other Larkin's got it. Larkin's now going to go one-on-one with Yates, and he'll win the battle, but he'll miss the shot. Richman back to Oviedo. Oviedo's trying to dribble, drive a little bit. No look pass to Yates. Back to Bules. On top to Oviedo. Alone for 3. He's going to try it. Go in and out. Yates almost came with it, but Smith has it. Larkin with the basketball, drives, tries to pull himself out of trouble. Leaves it for Will Larkin. Back to Brandt. Brandt drives, leaves it on over to Johnson. Johnson in the corner, drops down to Smith. He'll go. I'll say he traveled. One thing for Triton tonight, one thing they haven't done is travel with the basketball.
He had a couple of them that really close, but he just kept their feet planted.
Yates, Orsund, Bules all touching the ball. Back to Richmond. Oviedo with the basketball. Back on top to Yates. Yates leaves it for Bules. Back to Orsund. Leaves it for Oviedo. Back to Richmond up top the key. Orsund with the basketball. 5 minutes remaining now. Richmond. Back to Oviedo. He's going to try to drive. Leaves it for Orsund. Orsund's going to spot for 3. Oh, in and out. Looked good. Johnson, 2-on-2 fast break. Larkin, fast break. 3's up. It's in.
That gets 12 points for Will Larkin.
I wonder if him and his brother have a contest. 4 3-pointers for Will, 5 for Calvin. Because they're not twins, because one's a junior and one's a senior. And Jason Groves will take a timeout. So what kind of things would you be telling the guys down there, even though I know we're down on the board and it looks like Winamac's got this well in hand, what kind of things would you be telling them down there in the huddle?
Well, kind of almost this turns into a good scrimmage. So maybe there's something that they want to try, something a little different. You're not out a whole lot. Hey, maybe something that might rattle up.
Yeah, you never know. The kind of things kind of work, and it'll look like Heckaman will come back in after the timeout, see what we can do with these guys who haven't been playing, try to incorporate them and see if you can with the infusion of those other guys, if you can kind of build some chemistry out there on the court. Like I said, even though don't judge the scoreboard, this Triton team is a very talented team. They faced some pretty decent teams, held tight with them. Like I said, I think Northwood would have been a different outcome if they had Beau Hepler and Tyler Heckaman. Yates trying to find a place to inbound.
Oh, it's going to be over and back.
Oh. Nope, went off of Griffith. Hepler leaves it for Atkins. In the corner to Heckaman. Heckaman looking up the top, picks his dribble up. Brandt stuck to him. Trying to get to Hepler. Hepler comes away with it. Oh, he tries to save it, and Winamac comes away with it.
Hey, that was a good look if he got it to him.
Griffith back to Larkin. Larkin to the dribble drive. Goes up strong. No good. Putback's no good. Rebound, Beau Hepler. Hepler now's going to push on the fast break. Good lay-in for Beau Hepler.
That gets him 6 points for this evening.
They've missed him. Now they just got to get used to back to playing with one another again. We'll have one more game before Christmas break. That'll be next Thursday, Trinity at Greenlawn, wherever that is.
They said up north of WNDU, I believe, or somewhere
Really?
up that way.
That's a bit of a trip. Brandt out the basketball. And his post move no good. Goes up at Atkins. I might be on him.
Somewhere in that 933 toll road corridor there.
Say that again.
That school's up there by that 933 toll road corridor, that area there.
A little bit of hop and skip away, I guess. Maybe a leap. Shots in for Brandt.
Ooh, we got a big.
So Bennett comes in, Creasy's in, Brandt's out there with Calvin Larkin, and Griffith out there with him, Yates, Heckaman, Atkins, Amsden, and Hepler on the floor for Triton. Shots up by Brandt, rattles in. 4 for 5 from the line for him. The only missed free throws coming from his doing. Yates back to Hepler, directing traffic. Back to Atkins. Heckman with the up fake. He's going to try to put on the ground, put on the floor and try to do some work against him. Good post move by Tyler. Could get to will its way in the basket. Griffith with the basketball. On over to Creasy. Creasy back on over to Griffith. Down low to Brandt. Timeout, Winamac. After the timeout, checking in will be Kiefer and Caston. Will be checking in following the timeout. Stay tuned post-game. We'll have a player interview. It should be Jared Bules, but we'll see. And, of course, I'll probably try to get Jason Groves up here for that post-game interview. Thanks to Danny for her interview, or I guess play-by-play. First time doing that. Thanks to my wife for dealing with them. It's not an easy job.
I had to step away, so did we have to bribe?
What's that?
Did we have to bribe? I had to step away.
Yeah, well, we had to have a little coaching moment. The coaching moments. It's like I talk to the guys. Just look at me. If you're on the camera, just look at me. But like I said, Michelle doing what she's doing over here, it's like herding cats. It's not an easy job with a 4-year-old and an 8-year-old. Pregnant, so not easy job. So Kiefer's out there with Bennett. What else we got out there? Caston, Creasy, and I believe far side that's Smith. 22, I don't have him.
Yeah, I don't have 22 either.
Shot by Creasy. The lefty shot is in.
Ashton Creasy.
They extend their lead. Yates with the basketball. Back to Atkins. On over to Heckaman. Heckaman leaves it for Yates. On over to Amsden. Heckaman trying to get himself freed up. Kiefer on him. Heckman's going to drive, and he'll get pushed. Now sending him back to the line for the 1-on-1 bonus. Foul's going to be on Kiefer, I believe, and it is.
That's his second.
Foul number 20, Kiefer.
Heckman now to the free throw line. Shots up, front iron. Rebound, Kiefer. Creasy. Back to Caston. Caston leaves it for Bennett. Bennett to Creasy. Back to Bennett. Back to Caston. Caston working out with 2 minutes. 52-19 is our score. 22's got it. Back to Creasy. Creasy with the stutter step goes up, throws it away, but he gets it back, and he'll put it in.
Creasy.
Yates with the basketball, leaves it for Hepler. Back to Atkins, on over, stolen away by Creasy. He read it, steals the way, and Hepler's going to come fouling, or Amsden's going to foul out. He wasn't going to give that one to him free. That'll be it for Q.
Triton foul number 30, Amsden. His fifth foul.
Oviedo's going to check in.
Replacing him in the lineup, number 20, Ashton Oviedo.
So Oviedo's in. Just a tough game all around, but there's learning moments within these kind of games. It's kind of like that gut check thing. I mean, they lost there to Plymouth and Northwood, and they went on a 3-game win streak. Creasy's shot is up, and it gets a friendly roll. It's like they got someone playing up there on that rim, I tell you. But these kind of moments are things kind of to think about and work together. Of course, like I said, Hepler's been out of the lineup for a while. Heckman's been out. Creasy shots up, it's in. Still no Keegan Westafer after what's going on with him. With his knee?
Yep, something with his knee.
It goes out on Triton. Winamac will take over. Minute 37. Kreft will check in. Next dead ball. Bennett. They'll kind of work themselves now. Minute 20. Creasy. Caston. Caston picks his dribble up. Oviedo tries to tip it away. Back to Creasy. Atkins will try to dribble drive. Or defend the dribble drive. Creasy back to Bennett. Minute remaining. Back to Creasy. Creasy's going to try to drive. Jumper for him. Misses it there. Oviedo with the basketball. Oviedo with a good head fake. Good move. Beautiful layup. Oh. Da-na-na.
You'd have got that last little roll.
Winamac foul number 20, Kiefer.
That's Kiefer. That's his third.
So Oviedo to the line. 1-1 up for 2 shots. First shot's up. It's in.
Substitution for the Trojans, number
Kreft will come in. Hepler will take a seat. Second shot by Oviedo's in. Bennett comes up, 56-21. Oviedo now working against Caston. Back to Kiefer. Drops over to 22. Back to Creasy. Yates gets in front of it. Yates loses it for a moment. He's going to try to get himself
pushed.
And Winamac takes it right back. Drops back to Kiefer. He's going to try the drive on the fast break and gets it. 13 seconds now. 58-21's our score. 10 seconds. Kreft, the head fake. He's going to drive to the basket. And blocked by Caston. 3.8. So stay tuned post game. We'll have our player interview. Heckaman tried to put back, not there. And Yates will touch it.
Oh, they want to put some time back on the clock.
Yeah, the clock was running when the ball went out. Inbound, and that's going to do it. 58-21 is our final. Stay tuned post game. We'll have a player interview alongside Jason Groves. Kenny will give us the unofficial scoring.
All right, for Winamac. Start out with Calvin Larkin having 23 points. Will Larkin having 12 points. Brandon having 6. Creasy having 6. Wilson Smith with 4. Johnson with 3.
Thank you.
And Kiefer with 2. For Triton, let's see, we can go down with the official ones that got handed to us. Oviedo with 7. Hepler with 6. Orsund with 3. Amsden with 3. And Richman with 2. Let's see if there's anything, biggest thing here. The largest lead was 19-56, 37 points. But yeah, even that 1 point there, Winamac went on 18-0 run.
That was that second quarter.
And that just made a big difference there.
So we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. I'll go get a player interview and possibly Coach Jason Groves. We'll be right back on the Triton Trojan Sports Network. All right, welcome back, Triton Trojans fans. Andy here alongside Jared Bules for tonight for our player spotlight. So, Jared, you got to do better than your sister here, bud. All right, got a little bit of competition. So, what do you love about playing basketball?
Just the game in general, playing with my teammates, working hard every day at practice, and just love it.
Very good. So, how'd you kind of get started?
My parents, family pushed me into basketball. I've watched since I was little.
Anybody in particular you like to watch?
Clay Yo, Tanner Shepard.
Okay, very good, very good. Any, like, I guess as far as not trying, but anybody else like kind of professional level or college or anything like that?
Dwayne Wade.
Hey, very good. He's a good one to watch.
Yeah, he's always been my favorite player. So.
Very good, very good. So kind of you're now starting to play some more varsity minutes. You're not quite on the doing JV like you were being a junior. What kind of things are you trying to teach the younger guys and that you're trying to learn yourself?
You got to work hard at varsity level. It's way different than what it usually is, and you just got to be tough when you're out there and be ready to go.
Yeah, it's never easy when you go from that transition, but the game gets a little bit quicker and the guys are a little bit tougher and they're a little more seasoned. But you'll get there. That's one thing. You're really evolved over those few games. You're getting you get in there in the defense-wise. You really close on the basketball really fast and like you know how to move without the ball. There's a lot of things you do really well, so keep your head up. Doing a good job. What would you tell our little boys and girls wanting to play basketball?
That go out and shoot in the summer, work in the off season. Always practicing.
So, favorite subjects in school and why?
I guess I like math.
Like math?
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, all right, very good. What do you enjoy most about being a Trojan, being part of this community?
Community is great, always supporting us, the sports, everything. School is great, teachers.
Very good. Future plans beyond high school. I know we're a junior. What kind of things are you kind of trying to set in place for year after next?
Well, I'm planning on going to college. I don't know where yet.
Yeah, you got a little bit of time to make that decision, right? All right. Favorite thing to do outside of basketball or school?
Hang out with friends, play video games.
Hey, I'm with you there. I may be getting up there in age, but I still play a video game or two. Any particular kind of game you like to play?
2K.
2K. Hey, that's a good one. That's a good one. Very good. You can learn a few things from. You can learn some stuff while playing that. Anybody want to say hey to that's watching?
Hey there, friends, family. Thanks for coming and supporting us tonight.
Very good. So, okay, backyard basketball. How often do you beat your sister in basketball?
Almost every time.
Almost every time. Okay, well, that's a good answer. She said she doesn't win very many of them. So, who's up next?
Tyler Heckaman.
Tyler Heckaman. I know he's been itching for an interview, so he'll get one. So, Jared, good job, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it. Just keep working, bud. You'll get there. All right? Thank you. Yeah, go ahead and take it off. Jason's right. Yep. Mr. Groves is there. All right, now, so we got Jason Groves. I know it's kind of a tough game tonight, Coach.
You could say that. Yeah, I mean, not much. We did well first half. I thought our effort was better the second half, but, give them some credit, too. I mean, they shot, 94% from the free throw line, 62% from three-point line.
And the Larkin boys just went.
But, it's defensively, too. There was a difference, I thought, between our effort the first half and the effort the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Second half, we actually defended them a little bit and made them work for what they got first half. It was, they just got whatever they wanted. So, I was a little bit disappointed in our defensive effort. Offensively, I'm not sure what we were doing. We were just out of sync. I don't know if it's new kids coming in.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were talking about.
I don't know. It was frustrating, and I didn't think we played with any confidence. They came out. I think our first 4 possessions were turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that shows you don't have any confidence. You're just, timid. So, but we have a long way to go, obviously.
So with that kind of being said, I know there's a lot you can learn from a game like this. I know it's tough, and I know it's a conference team, and you never want to lose the way we kind of get beat like those guys did in the first half. But what kind of things are you kind of trying to tell the guys as far as you got a week until you play Trinity at Greenlawn? What kind of things are you going to be talking to them over the week?
Well, one thing I said is the consistency in their approach every day in practice. I tell them we don't prepare to beat the worst teams on our schedule. We prepare to beat the best teams on our schedule. And so, it starts there. And I think at times our kids don't compete the way they should in practice. And sometimes it shows in the game. I felt a lot of times your practice carries over to how you practice poorly, you're going to play poorly.
Yep.
And I felt like we had a couple poor practices this week, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and that kind of thing can really lead into what you're trying to do as far as your game plan, as far as things are kind of going. And the Winamac team who beat Plymouth, a team that's going to be pretty tough. I mean, they got a lot of big guys and guys who can close on the ball quick. Teams like that, when you don't prepare as well, it's hard to kind of come out and compete with a team like that.
Yeah, like I said, you got to give them credit. The Larkin kid, was 8 for 8 from the free throw line, 5 for 5 from the three-point line.
Yeah, in the first half.
And then they're a good basketball team, but like I said, part of it though, it was us. I mean, we weren't executing very well defensively. Offensively, I just thought we were timid. We weren't penetrating and trying to create things. It's frustrating. We got to get a lot better, especially against good defensive teams. Our kids need. I said, you guys got to be a little bit smarter. We got to find different ways to score. You're not just going to direct line drive past these guys. They're big, strong, physical, quick. I go, so you guys are going to have to look to screens, set some flares, set some flex screens, flare screens, get the ball moving that way, get the ball inside, which really didn't do at all. It was disappointing. I expected a better effort, but.
So on a lighter note, what kind of things are Trinity Greenlawn which we expect for them?
Well, they're not as powerful offensively, but defensively they're just as good. They play one of the better 2-3 zones I've seen. They do not let you get any easy buckets. And so if you don't hit from out against them, you're in trouble. Or you don't hit from the free throw line, which, we obviously didn't tonight. We shot 46% from the free throw line. So, it's going to be a battle because, they don't give you anything easy at all, and you got to make your free throws and get to the free throw line. And that's one thing I talked to him also at halftime is we had 0 free throw attempts. That's just being, not very aggressive. So, we got to be more aggressive, be more attacking. And go from there.
Like I keep telling everybody, as far as the social media stuff that I've said, these guys they still have a lot of growing. This team hasn't hit where they need to be, but there's still a lot. There's still a lot of good that these guys can accomplish.
And that's what I told them tonight. I said, "Is this make and break our season?" No. I go, it stinks. Yeah, it's a conference game, but we can win our sectional. We got. I think our ceiling's high, and we can get there and get better throughout the year and. That's going to be our goal. Obviously, we put this behind us and move on, and get better. And and I always talk to him too about being positive. It's easy to be positive. We win 3 games in a row. Mm-hmm. Now we get smacked. We get punched in the mouth tonight. What's their conversation going to be at home with their parents? Is it about me or is it about the team? Or with their friends? When they go out with their friends, are they going to point fingers? Are they going to are they just going to be encouraging and, we need to get better and we got our butts whooped tonight and we're going to move on from there. So, it's easy to be positive when things are going well. Yep. But when things don't go well, that's when you get your finger pointing from, players. Hopefully their parents aren't doing that. But, we got to stay positive through this and just keep working and keep getting better.
That's the biggest thing. When you come off there, once you get knocked off the horse, you got to dust yourself and get back up. There's no fans or butts. Just no point fingers. Just go back to work and just try to get better.
Exactly. And I told them I felt like they did that somewhat in the second half. I felt like they fought and they executed. If you break down score-wise, it was probably fairly close the second half.
Yes, it was.
So, and I said, what's the difference? And the difference is just mindset and heart set. I mean, you just got to buckle down and play defense and get after it and not let anybody, embarrass you like they did the first half. Right. And, first half, that wasn't our mindset. And so, basketball is a lot mental. I mean, the kids don't realize it. And, you come in with, just that expect to win every game you step out on the court. Mm-hmm. And I felt like tonight we didn't do that. Yeah,
and when you come in, especially facing the conference team, that's where you got to have that mental. You got to kind of know what you're going up against. You just got to go in there with the foot to the gas and say, hey, we're going to play tight and going to go after them.
Exactly.
So we'll sign off here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. Join us tomorrow night as we'll have the girls game here live at the Trojan Trench. This is Andy Harris signing off for the Triton Trojan Sports Network.